that thing.
After some time off like a Jamar suspension, 3D is back. On today's episode, a certain prediction of ours has come true. Shedeur shines for the Browns and we've got feedback. Meanwhile, there were comebacks for the ages, but which team has the momentum on Turkey Day? Furthermore, let's take a look at the lay of the NBA. Packed show, so let's get into some 3D.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night to whatever time that you may be watching. Welcome in and welcome back. 3D is back at the spot this week for a little bit of staycation. I am your host, Will DollaBill Bush, and the weekend was upon us. It's moved. It's holiday season, man, and I hope you all have a good, blessed, safe holiday, man. If you're traveling, drive safe. If you're staying in town, if you're staying at home, go ahead, chill with the fam, enjoy you some food, watch you some football, of course. But before we get into the mix of Thanksgiving games and all that good stuff, I'm talking stuffing, I'm talking greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, lambs, ram.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rats, you name it!
But before we get away from the Thanksgiving games, let's get into the past weekend's games, man. And you already know how it went if you saw it and you were paying attention. We never watched the Browns, but for one Sunday at least, and the next Sunday after it's already been announced, but for one Sunday, the whole world was watching the Browns and, might I say, rooting for the Browns because Shedeur Sanders, as I don't know, as I might have predicted, we would see Shedeur Sanders at some point in this season. And as we saw, Shedeur Sanders, he got his first start with the Cleveland Browns, 11 for 20, one touchdown, one interception, 200 plus passing yards for that man, 150-yard bomber to Isaiah Bond.
Yeah, they're down at 8. Here comes the pressure. Running away from it is Sanders. He's looking long. He's got a man caught at the 10-yard line. Bonds. He's down to the 1-yard line. It'll be first and goal.
Man, unbelievable. Even Myles Garrett thought it was unbelievable.
I mean, he put it up, and I'm just like, oh God, who was I even going to? I wasn't even looking down there to CIP, and then, I'm just looking. I'm like, oh God, please. And he drops it in the bucket, and he reaches it out. I'm like, please, just don't fumble into the end zone. So he reaches out, but he keeps possession, and I'm just like, wow, there's not many guys in the league that can make that throw.
And most importantly, the Browns got the W. Now, this is the first Browns rookie quarterback to get a win in their first start since 1999.
Everybody's not in the best situation, but it's no excuse. You got to go out there and perform. There's no choice, there's no question. Nobody cares if this was 1 week of prep. Who cares? So a lot of people want to see me fail, and it ain't going to happen. It ain't gonna happen.
Now, you know what they say, a win is a win. And for the Cardiac Cowboys, they got themselves a win, or I guess you could call them the comeback Cowboys now, after they came back from a 21-point deficit to beat the defending Super Bowl champions and their division rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles. This is the largest, actually it ties the largest comeback in franchise history after they were down 21-0 early in the first quarter. It was looking like it was over. It was looking like it was a wrap. Everybody on the sideline, CD, Jadeveon Clowney, towels over their head, looking defeated. But might I say, GP3, George Pickens, he's been balling this season, and people are now starting to swirl. They're starting to debate, who's the better wide receiver? Is it George Pickens or is it CeeDee Lamb? I don't know. But what I do know is they might have one of the top wide receiver duos in the league with George Pickens and with CeeDee Lamb. It was a magical game by Dallas, and they got the job done. Was it Was it a magical comeback by Dallas, or was it a collapse by Philly? The question is going to remain. Either way, it was a magical game by Dallas, and they were amped and pumped after this one.
Got a lot of cool to celebrate, but I got a question first. Can you win the game in the first quarter? No. Can you win the game in the second quarter? No. Did we spot them 21 points? Yeah. But what about, hey, can you win the game in the third quarter? No. What about that?
Now, in the midst of all of the comebacks this past weekend, of course, you know I gotta throw in my Kansas City Chiefs after they came back against the then 8-2 Indianapolis Colts after they were down 21-9 in the fourth quarter. But you already know, when it's number 15 in the backfield and when he got the ball, he's going to walk them down. Now, this season it's been hit or miss sometimes with that walking them down. I'm not going to lie. I'm an honest man at the end of the day. But hey, when 15 is there, you already know there's fear. He puts fear in hearts. So you already know if they make the playoffs, a lot of teams are going to be scared and they're going to be shaking in their boots when they get there. Now, although spooky season is long over, scary hours are still continuing for my Dallas Mavericks, as there was a lot of hope coming into this season after they got the #1 overall pick, but this season has been anything but hopeful for the Mavs and Mavs fans. Dallas is currently bottom 5 in their points per game, and their offensive rating, and their overall team net rating, which is it's terrible. They've got to do better. In a move to save face with all of Dallas fans, the Mavs finally cut ties with Nico Harrison after a very underwhelming start. And of course, the infamous trade that should have never happened, trading away Luka Doncic over to the Lakers. This move should have been done in the offseason. It's well overdue. Even Dirk Nowitzki is saying it.
Well, I think there's just too many distractions, too much going on to keep going this way. This move should have probably happened this summer, honestly. I didn't want this negative energy and this black cloud over the Cooper Flag era, but here we are now.
Either way, it's neither here, it's neither there. The Mavs, they got Luka again on Friday. And I, for one, just know he gonna put foots all in them. I'm talking BTA. Just last time, this is round 2 for Luka. This is just round 2 for Luka. First round, he put 40 on him. 40 piece extra nuggets, no sauce. No sauce. Just 40. Put the fries in the bag. Because he was in his bag that whole night. 40. That's neither here nor there. I'm predicting another 40 piece. That's all I know. But sticking to the topic of the NBA, the landscape of the NBA is ever so changing. And this season, I mean, according to the NBA and their ratings, it's at an all-time high. It's probably at the highest that it's been in 10 plus years. But if you ask the average NBA fan, they'll tell you quite the opposite, if you ask me. Now, the OKC Thunder, they're still dominating, and they're 17-1 right now. Best record in the league through 18 games. Right now, they could be competing for the Golden State Warriors record, in-season record, that is, the 73-9 season that they had, and then they would eventually lose to the GOAT. But OKC, they could be contending for that 73-9 record. Right now, they're sitting at 17-1 through 18 games. And crazy thing about it, they could still get the #1 overall pick next year. Now, if they do that, that is just going to be an embarrassment of riches. Their second best player in Jalen Williams, J-Dub, he hasn't even played this season, and they still only lost 1 game. Chet Holmgren, he's missed a couple games this year, and they still only lost 1 game. So, an embarrassment of riches for the OKC Thunder. Sticking in the Western Conference, you got Ja Morant, who is still seemingly finding a way to act like a plum fool. This man was supposed to be the face of the league after the torch was passed from Bron and Steph and KD, all those guys retired, they're going. People were looking at Ja as the next guy. You know, he got his shoe right after Nike let go of Kyrie. He got his shoe. Nike pretty much crowning the man. Like, hey, we want you, Ja Morant, to be the next face of Nike. And what does he do? We know what he does. I don't have to reiterate what happened with the incidents back to back for Ja Morant just a few years ago, but I mean, at least he grew from that. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe he grew from that. However, he has not grown up fully. He's still causing antics. He's still getting into it with people. Man got into it with Klay Thompson just the other night, and he wasn't even playing. Game's over. He's arguing with Klay Thompson in the Nike Tech. Midcourt. What are you doing?
He's a funny guy. He has a lot to say all the time, especially for a guy who rarely takes accountability. But you know what? That's for another day. Just running his mouth, and he's been running his mouth for a long time. And it's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of the story of his career so far.
What are you doing? I know he wants to get traded, but Ja, this is not the way. You're diminishing your value in a certain way. You're still a great player. For one, I just want to see the old Ja Morant. Can the real or the old Ja Morant stand up? Is he still there? I don't know. What I do know is that's all the time that I do have for this episode of 3D. I appreciate y'all for sticking it out with me on yet another episode. I will see you again next week. And before you like and subscribe, man, I hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving. If you watching this right now, eating your Thanksgiving plate, man, enjoy. Go ahead, watch you the game after this. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, peace. Alright. Welcome in. Good morning. Oh, damn. Now that's some high quality H2O. All that good stuff.
You hopped up in there, right?
Let's quarterback to